I'm Tikatee with Questline Esports, and here's everything you need to know about Roadhog. His primary fire shoots its scrap gun. You'll fire pellets in a wide shotgun spread. This has strong potential damage in close range, but the spread means it's almost useless at mid to longer ranges. His secondary fire also shoots its scrap gun, but this time you'll fire a projectile that explodes into pellets a short distance in front of you. The spread after the detonation is similar to your primary fire. This is a great tool for poke damage at mid-range and for finishing off targets that are just out of reach. His first ability is Chain Hook. Throw a projectile that will pull any enemy's hit into close range, leaving them in a perfect position for a follow-up shot from your scrap gun. When executed correctly, any squishy targets hit by a hook will be making a quick trip back to their spawn room. The best combo for maximum damage looks like this. Start with a secondary fire at your target, followed immediately with the hook. Once they're pulled in, follow up with your primary fire and a quick melee attack for good measure. Your second ability is Take a Breather. Restore a large chunk of your health and reduce damage taken over a short duration. This is a great tool for surviving pressure or just getting your health back to full before looking for your next hook. Do note that this is a channeled ability, so any crowd controlling effects can end it before you actually get the healing in. Roadhog's ultimate is Whole Hog. Roadhog will slam a top loader into his scrap gun and can crank out streams of projectiles for the duration of the ultimate. This will change your primary fire to an automatic horizontal spread of pellets that can deal an extreme amount of damage in close range, but will knock back any enemy's hit. This can be used to absolutely shred through enemies if you're close enough to them, especially if they have their back to a wall and will stay close despite the knockback, or to disrupt enemies by knocking them around or even off the map. Don't forget that you can still use your other abilities while your ultimate is active, so if you start knocking a target too far away, you can always hook them back in. Roadhog is a fairly unique playstyle and plays more like a pick-focused DPS more than a tank. You'll want to control flank routes and find ways to get close enough to land hooks on squishy opponents to try and land that one-shot combo. Your health pool and Take a Breather will help you survive pressure and get you back to your team if you're forced out. My advice as a coach is to plan your rotations as Roadhog. He doesn't have any mobility in his kit, and he is quite a large and loud character, meaning it's not hard to see him coming. If you don't plan to get yourself in a strong position to close the distance on important targets, they'll have an easy time avoiding your hooks. Think about what targets you want to get to, what areas of the map will help you get close to them, and what important cooldowns you'll have to wait out to avoid getting countered. The element of surprise is also your best friend as Roadhog. If you can manage to take these positions undetected or hide as the enemy is approaching, you'll be more likely to catch a vulnerable target off guard. Now go catch your next victory, hook, line, and sinker.